What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots Wire. So this is part 3 to Tekken 4 as far as these pitches going to happen. Now I turned off the lights real quick because the previous episodes 1 and 2, had the sun glare on there, or the light glare as far as these pitches going to happen. So within the aspect, this is going to be more in the after hours, so good pitches like that. So within this particular fair, we're going to kick off a drinking game within this particular episode, get through arcade mode. But the pitch behind it, we got through arcade mode last time, but I just didn't have the save function on. So we're going to get to the save function being on this time. We unlock Jin within the next episode. So the fair about it is, within these pitches, I'm splitting like arcade mode in half. So part 4 will be the wrap up of Paul with the save file being taken care of, pitches like that. So Jin will probably commence in episodes 5 and 6. I'm trying to think if I'm going to do that particular fair, but there's going to be a drinking game like I was saying. So the particular fair, picking Paul here, take 2 shots every time you see a new character that was not in the previous fights of like episodes 1 and 2. And just right off the bat, I'm not as full bound sure. I don't remember if this particular folk was someone that we fought in episodes 1 and 2, but if he wasn't, this is 2 shots up that you already have to have. And I would say you can throw some bays along with the mix if you have some divas along for the ride with some Friday night type fair, just the aspect. Now within the legality of it, within pitches, not to recommend underage and things like that, some of those type fairs of if you do have like a hasty and kind of asking kind of job where you're not able to get as full bound to cut loose, but it's kind of the fair as far as saying within the curriculum, if you have some free time pitches like that, it's a good type fair to kind of get crunked up a little bit. Nice bottle of Grey Goose, some of those type fairs really get crunked with this game pitch like that, but it's just kind of fair. So more or less within the conduct of it, just to be able to say, now I will say within this next fight here, yeah, just within the pitch as far as saying, not to spoil it within these pitches, but this is either 2 shots up or 4 shots up within these pitches, but this kind of boils down to the fair. Just realize, I know you could say within certain aspects, you're like, you know, Acid Roots Wire, don't get me killed here, some of these type pitches, or if I have to drive home, something like that. But yeah, I just would recommend probably to stick close to like the pad or wherever you're going to knock out for the night as far as these pitches can happen, because it's just within the aspect. There's going to be a series of these kind of going on. It's going to be a very litty and prolific type playthrough. It's going to be different from like the standard type fair. I'm not going to just breeze along with this game. Now originally I was kind of thinking within the aspect whether or not the fair of, if I'm going to, like I originally thought that this, when I was attempting this a little bit ago, that this is going to wind up being like a 35-45 minute playthrough. I probably will ramp up the difficulty, but just there's certain fights in here, that boxing guy, which is kind of within this, the boxing guy kind of gives a lot of problems, pitches like that. So there are some characters in here that kind of have those aspects. So, but yeah, or at least 2 shots up to be able to say that. But yeah, some of these type ones kind of have the aspect as far as saying that they just kind of, I'm going to keep the losses in within some of these type products, but I just can't project if it's going to be like a 13, because this particular arcade mode playthrough is only 13 minutes. I'm adding like some bonus kind of pictures at the end of the video and things like that to kind of keep like the content of it from not being too superbly short, because this kind of pitch is really less than 13 minutes. Probably would have only been 6 minutes and 10 seconds each episode, some of these type fairs. So I'm just going to bolster a little bit further, just have that extracurricular type stuff, just kind of get towards it. But yeah, just definitely recommend it. This is where you want to bust out, like I might have said this in Devil May Cry, some of these other type ones, bust out like the family size Doritos, some of these type aspects, just on it's good type fairs. I almost question, you know, a fair behind it, you know, Doritos are technically tortilla chips, you know, within the aspect. I just question it, folks. I'm not sure if like Doritos go good in the microwave. They may not. That may be like a bad type idea, but I just question if you were to put like, if you have like a microwave oven, something like that, or a toaster oven, to kind of put like some cheese on those Doritos just to make them taste even better. That's something I never got around to trying with like Doritos, thinking about it, but I want to say it's not good to put those in the microwave, as far as I think I've tried that at least once, but it's just kind of fair, just questioning if you could melt some cheese on like some Cool Ranch Doritos. That probably tastes really mean and wicked as far as this person, but just one pitch. So but yeah, just the aspects. So that's actually 4 shots up now within those pitches. I think that heavyweight type dude from before the round 3 fight was someone that hadn't been seen. So this is kind of pitch as far as saying just some crump typeness kind of within those tones. I want to say there's like 25 characters in this game, so if we only fight 7 of them at a time, that probably means that there's going to be a series of these kind of within these aspects. So I'll probably have to play through the Jin playthrough a second time within these aspects as well. But this is going to be kind of bite-sized here. We're almost done with this particular episode as far as these fairs going to happen. So yeah, just give that Grey Goose bottle a kiss. Some of those type of aspects is good type fair. Just realize it's going to be some good aspects to kind of have this particular playthrough. If you're watching this months from now, months from December 2025, pitches like that. Just understand there's going to be more episodes within this particular playlist. I definitely recommend watching this in the playlist as far as these pairs going to happen, because this has the aspect that you can really get you through a pretty prolific type night and hellish kind of night pitch like that. It's this kind of ordeal. In this particular cat, there's another one in here. This is a new fireside. I think automatically you're pretty much up to like 6 or 8 shots, something like that. This really, I mean, you just have to understand this from the fair. Now I realize I'm doing this quickly. This probably would be more even based if it was a little bit lengthier, but I think I might do this again, playing through this on like a tougher difficulty. I mean, I am going to play it on medium mode, but it's this kind of pitch as far as saying that there probably would be more losses, and it probably wind up taking me like 30 or 45 minutes, like somewhere in an hour type range to get past this. But it's just kind of fair. I didn't lose that many times in this on easy type mode, but it's this kind of pitch as far as saying it's just some aspects here. So just pay attention to that, but Mary. Merry holidays, pitches like that within these ordeals. I mean, I'm just December as I'm doing this, but just have some good merrymaking around these times, pitches like that within these ordeals. It's kind of some crunkness kind of have within the Liddy type times. It's good autumn, crisp, fall, winter weather pitches like that, some of these type of ordeals. So just enjoy the playthrough, folks. Definitely have some of this stuff like in this picture, good pitches like that. Just get crunk a little bit, loosen up some, have some fairs like that. Divas, get them going. Some of these type pitches, action type aspect kind of have this ferocity, good type fairs.